So once we have our footage recorded, we are then going to go into After Effects and start a new composition. You can call this new composition 3D Camera Tracker or Comp1, whatever you want to name it. All of the original or normal settings we have should be fine. The length, depending on how long your footage, you can edit that. And then the black background should also just be fine. Now that we have a composition, we are now going to import our footage that we recorded earlier and bring that in the After Effects. Once that footage gets imported in, we are then going to drag that into our composition. Once we have our clip in the composition, it is now time to add the effect to the clip. Before I do this though, I am going to pre-comp my clip. This is only necessary if when you add the effect to your clip, you keep running into an error message or the effect will not load. So for me, since I've already done this effect a couple times and know that it will not load, I'm just going to pre-comp my clip before I add the effect, and this fixes it from not loading. Once you are ready to add your effect, go to the right side of After Effects on the Effects and Presets panel and look up 3D Camera Tracker. Once you find that in the Effects and Presets, drag that down onto the clip in the composition. Once you add the effect to your clip, you will see in the Effect panel that there is a loading screen now showing it analyzing your footage. Depending on your computer, this may take up to a few minutes. I know because the computer I have, it takes about probably 3 or 4 minutes, so I'm going to cut whenever this is done, analyzing the clip. Now that the 3D camera tracker is done analyzing the clip, you can see we have X's all over the footage and also a few options in our effect controls. Things like the track point size, which increases the size and the amount of X's on the screen, and also the target size, which, as you can see, increases the red kind of bullseye thing that we have on our cursor right now. Once you decide where you want to put your text, for example, in my example, I want the text to be in between these two boxes I have sitting on my shelf. Therefore, I'm going to click my cursor with the bullseye thing following it where I want my text. Once I click where the bullseye is, you should see 3 dots appear in the middle. Once you see this, right-click in the center and click Add Text. Once you have your text in there, go over to the text tool and either highlight all of the text or Control A and add whatever you would like, either your name or just any text. Also, in the properties or over where the effects and presets are, it should pop up where you can change the font size, the different font, and whatever you would like with the text. Once you've changed the font size and you've gotten the text you want, go over to the selection tool and click on the text. Once you do this, you should see the X, Y, and Z axis pull up, which then you can modify each of these to either bring it forward, tilt it back, bring it closer to the screen. Interact with it however you see fit for the text fitting onto your footage. When you have the text added where you want it and are done messing around with the X, Y, and Z axis, as you can see in my example, I have it set in between the 2 box sets. It can be a little cleaner, but just for the presentation, you get the idea. So now when I play the video, as you can see, the text stays in the same spot, whether that be the video zooming in or the footage coming forward or coming backwards, the text stays in the same spot.